So we started talking about going to college, and so for Zenda, since you're so involved in recruiting, can you talk a little bit about what you've learned over the years of like what makes a good student athlete, what you're looking for, maybe some advice for standing out?
Yeah, first and foremost, your skills have to be up to par. You have to be able to have the ability to compete at the college level. So while that's not the end all be all, that's kind of the first step. But then the academic piece is super important. The NCAA has a clearinghouse that all student athletes have to go through to and meet certain requirements to deem themselves eligible to even play in college, regardless of how good you are. You could be Maya Moore, Candace Parker. If you don't have the grades, then there's nothing. You're not going to be able to play. So those two things are vitally important. And then some of the intangibles, we look at work ethic. Potential is kind of a hot button phrase for coaches because you may sign kids that have potential, but if they don't realize that potential, you're kind of in a pickle. So a lot of times if you have a kid with potential and they have that work ethic, then typically they realize that in most cases. Character is really important. What type of teammate a kid is, are they coachable? And we understand that we're evaluating 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and none of us make good decisions at 16, 17, 18 years old. So, we don't expect kids to be perfect by any means, and we understand that even when they come to us, they're still maturing and growing, and part of our job is to help them do that. But, sometimes there are some things character-wise that, they may be dealing with some things that we aren't able to make the investment in them, because it may be too much of a chance. So those are some of the main things, but one is just really honing in on your craft, so to speak, and really working on your game and wanting to be in the gym. There's a huge time commitment that's required to be a college athlete in any sport, and I think a lot of times that takes kids off guard. In high school, how long do you guys practice in high school? 2 hours. So, it's 3 to 4, 6 days a week in college. And, sometimes that can be jarring for kids. And after you go to practice, you have 2 hours of study hall in addition to 4 hours of class throughout the day. So it could be a long day, but the time commitment, I think, kind of can catch kids by surprise. So really having a passion to play at that level, because you're going to have to make those sacrifices to be successful. But yeah, you got to be good at the game, you got to have good grades, and you got to be willing to work hard and have good character. And then those are some of the things. And competitiveness as well. We want kids that love to win and hate to lose. So it's kind of a mixed bag of all those different things.
Have you seen any good influence of all of sort of the increase of youth sports, all the traveling teams and certainly expensive traveling teams? Do you see any benefit from kids who've done that?
I see both. I see both sides. I see benefits and I see some not so good things from it. But the benefit side of it is the exposure piece. It's now with so July is the whole month pretty much. There's AAU tournaments all around the country, and some of these tournaments can have upwards to 500 to 600 teams. And so it gives us an opportunity to go out and evaluate a lot of different kids at once, as opposed to trying to follow each kid at her high school. So for exposure purposes, it's really good. The flip side of that can be, some of the, I'm trying to put this in a nice way, I guess the slimy side of that whole world. And I'm sure you guys hear about it on the men's side, what's kind of starting to creep over to the women's side some. Parents you can pay upwards to, with travel and the tournament fees and all that stuff, like thousands of dollars to go and play. The kids are playing somewhere, 3 or 4 games a day for 14 days out of the month, and that's hard on their bodies. It's hard on the wallet. So it's just, it can, once money gets too involved in it, it kind of creeps everything out. So that side of it is kind of the not so good. But the exposure that it gives the young ladies is perfect, and it's great for us because we can see a whole bunch of kids in a couple of days. So,
Kayla, when we spoke in the summer, you said that you've already started hearing from colleges. So how did that come about, and what steps had you taken to make that happen?
Well, I was playing for John Day during the basketball season, and I had got a couple emails from colleges, and I was like, I looked at my phone, shocked, like, oh my God. And it was just like a great experience for me because to know that a college coach has actually looked at me and seen potential in me, it was just like, okay, like, this is great. And with AAU, it's just like a big open gym basically. Like you travel down to Columbus, Tennessee, wherever you want to go with your team. And it's like you could be playing a team all the way from California or Kentucky, and it's like, you're not used to that team, so it's like they can be way more aggressive than the team that you played here. And it's like, okay, well, one game I literally got pushed out, and my mom, she was right there in the corner. She was like, come on, Kayla, like, get up, like, because at that point I'm like, bro, you don't see this? And it's not, at that point, you can't argue with the referee. And so you just have to learn just like keep running up and down the court. And